Just people around the bars.
Okay. Who were you getting the cocaine from?
Couple buddies.
Okay, let me try this again. Who were you getting the cocaine from?
My friend Tay.
Tay. Does Tay have a last name, or does it just go by one name?
I know him from Instagram and Snapchat and at the bars. I only know his first name.
You only know his first name. Nobody ever knows names of anybody around here. It's amazing.
I'm truly honest though about that. I mean, I met him through different
You
friends.
met him through Instagram.
Met him through different friends, but that's his name.
Okay. What friends did you meet him through?
My girlfriend and
What's her name?
Jillian
Jillian. Jillian have a last name?
Akasiewicz.
Okay. Who else did you meet him through?
I met him through her.
Okay. So, did you get cocaine from Tay
But it's
July 2nd?
No, I got it from my buddy Ryan that night.
Okay. Where'd he get it from?
I'm not sure. It's like I said, everybody around there is all doing it, and I just hopped in with it.
Yeah, so everybody was doing it, so I did it. Okay. How'd you know what was in the cocaine?
I didn't.
You didn't, but you did it anyway. So, nothing seems to have changed since July 2nd. So, you tell me, what am I supposed to do with you? What's the appropriate sentence for you?
I just want to get the help so I don't do these type of drugs and make these type of decisions and
What help?
some type of treatment.
What kind of treatment?
I don't know. I heard Lake House and I heard Concord Pines are very good. And
Where'd you hear that from?
I had a buddy, Hunter, that just came from there. And word around that that's a very good facility to go through.
What research have you done on drug and alcohol rehabilitation programs?
I have gone to a lot of AA and NA meetings in the jail. Every one that was available, I could have went to. They give us. I read the NA, the pamphlet that they give us. There's a little book, and
What did that teach you?
it taught me to understand that I was an addict and understand that, that accept my addiction, and to you got to accept it first before you can work on it. And I used to go to NA meetings with my father, and he thought that was the best for me. So I believe that my problem and these choices were influenced by alcohol and drugs, and I have good intentions when I'm sober, and I'm a hard worker, like they said. I just have a slight problem that started to get out of hand, and I need to
It's not
fix
a
it.
slight problem. It's not a slight problem. Why do you think it's a slight problem? It's not a slight problem. If it were a slight problem, you wouldn't be sitting here for the last 150 days. It's a huge problem that you don't seem to realize, which doesn't surprise me based on your activity in the jail since you've been there. You're not the least bit mature. A slight problem. Did you really say that?
It's a major problem.
Major problem. I don't know that you realize that.
I realize that I'm here right now, and that this is no place that I want to be, and that's what led me here.
Okay. You see, you need to do something about it
For sure.
if you don't want to be here. And you're not. You haven't done anything about it. Because you got your 150 days out of Willoughby, and you're jerking around over here since then. I mean, if that's a life you want to live, then go ahead and do it.
There's no
Nobody's going to
life.
get in your way.
There's just no life that I want to live, John.
So now what are you going to do for work?
Try to get back into the union.
Why would they want you? Didn't they just toss you out from the program?
That was for coming here. I mean,
Right.
they
Why
had
would-
no choice.
What makes you, in their eyes, what makes you a dependable employee? See, they need guys who are gonna show up every
Mhm.
day for as long as they need to be there to do the work. They don't need guys who like to piss around and go do coke and drink themselves silly until 2:30 in the morning and then show up half in the bag the next day. Why would they want you?
I wouldn't.
Right. Why would they?
They probably don't.
Okay.
But I know that I will find something. I will find a job, and I will do better. And I can assure you that, because this is no life that I want to live, like I said.
If this isn't a life you want to live, then you should stop acting like it's a life you want to live, because that's what you've been doing over there.
$100%.
What else you want to say?
You know, I don't want to make any excuses. That's really all I have to say. You know, I'm glad that this is coming to an end, so I can focus on my life now, and I'm to stop worrying about this. And I mean, I learned a huge life lesson from this. You know, I never put my life or anybody else's life in danger. I have no right to do that. I have no right to put anybody else's life in danger. And you know, I just want to move forward from this.
See, the problem I have with everything you say is that you say you learned a huge lesson from this, but you continue to screw around over here, which tells me that you haven't learned anything from this, other than you don't like to sit on your ass for 150 days in the jail. Other than that, I don't think you've learned anything.
I can assure you that I won't be going out to do stupid shit like that again. So excuse my language, but I'm a man of my word, and I promise that if I were to have another chance, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Well, what you fail to understand is you will have another chance. It doesn't matter what I do. What I do is inconsequential to how you decide to live your life. Now, you don't want me to send you to prison. Neither do your parents or your grandmother. Okay? Whether I send you to prison or not, in the end, doesn't determine how you live your life. You determine how you want to live your life.
Mhm.
So I have nothing to do with this.
It's up to me.
It's kind of the general rule of human existence. It's up to you.
Mhm.
Ms. Contour?
Thank you, Your Honor. As you're aware, the state is recommending prison. Ms. Shepherd and I met for quite some time last week on this case, and one of the considerations we had is the defendant's age and how young he is. But what we could not look past when making the decision on a recommendation were the facts of the case, Your Honor. And the defendant was on probation through Willoughby Municipal Court for underage drinking. The facts show that he was at the bars for a long time, and the Willoughby Police Department was actually called to a fight in the street in which the defendant was part of. No one got arrested at that time. I did become aware of that when they got a call several hours later that he had crashed his car, which is exactly how they knew who he was. He had cocaine, marijuana, and alcohol in his system based on the blood testing. He got in the car, he drove through downtown Willoughby, he stopped at one of the homes of one of the victims, Ryan Hochschild, picked him up, he had Dylan Adams in the back of his vehicle, lost control, he hit the light pole, It came down on top of the car, and both Dylan and Ryan and the 911 caller, who was not connected to this at all, stated to me that he screamed to everybody, run. And that
Except the other two couldn't run.
correct. And what they told me when I met with them
So you ran.
is that the front seat passenger thought, I can't run because I can't move. And Dylan, who was in the back, had to be pulled out through the window. He could not move at all until the fire department got there. He had to be transported sitting directly straight up because his hip was out of place. He was put under that night, had it put back in. And what bothers me the most about all of that is that he got out, he left his friends, he tore off his license plate thinking that he was gonna get out of it, and he left the scene and wasn't found until 25 minutes later. And when the officers began to administer field testing at that time, all he had to say repeatedly was, I'm just a kid, you can't arrest me, someone call my dad. And so based on all of those
You didn't
facts.
say that?
No, I didn't say that.
You didn't say that.
I said call my father.
So the cop's lying.
I,
Cop's lying to get you?
I mean, maybe I did, but
Maybe you
I
did.
don't remember.
How do you know? You've been doing coke and drinking for hours and hours and hours, and you're gonna tell me you recollect exactly what you said? Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Your Honor, the chance that you take when you get in the vehicle and drive under the influence of any of those things is that someone died, and that's the only thing that's missing from this case. Instead, they were just seriously injured, and that could have happened, and the state can't look past all of those facts. And even at the end of the meeting I had, the pre-sentence report was not yet completed, and after I reviewed it, I then learned that there has been 8 jail incidents since the time he has been in, which further confirmed that we felt that that was the right recommendation, Your Honor. Thank you.
Besides cocaine, what other drugs you use?
I smoked weed, and I've done ecstasy in the past, but that was not a normal. That's not a normal thing.
It's not a normal thing to do that shit in the first place. All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report, the psychological evaluation, the letters I received in support of you, and listen to your mother, your father, your grandmother, listen to you, listen to counsel, considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. I'm going to place you on community control for 5 years. You're going to serve 121 days in the jail with credit for 1. The last 30, you'll be in the jail treatment program, complete it, follow all recommendations. Then after that, you're going to go to NeoCap, you're going to complete that program and follow all recommendations. After you complete that, you're going to go to either Lake House or Concord Pines. Into that program, follow all the recommendations. After you complete that, you're going to go to sober living facility for a minimum of 6 months. You're going to get a mental health evaluation and follow all recommendations. You're to have no illicit drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. You're to go to at least 4 AA meetings a week and get a sponsor. You're to utilize only one doctor and one dentist and one pharmacy for any prescription medication. Take your medication as prescribed. Sign releases for probation. Obtain and maintain full employment. Have no contact with the victims and pay the costs and supervision fees. Anything else, Ms. Randallson?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand all the terms?
Yes, sir.
Any question about the terms?
So I got 120 days in NeoCap and Lake House and sober living after that.
Right.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I take full responsibility.
Okay. Well, we're gonna find out, I guess. Why, does it seem like a lot that you have to do?
Yeah, but I guess I deserve it.
Well, it's not whether you deserve it or not. You deserve much worse. Okay? It's not whether you deserve it or not. It's whether you're going to live like you're supposed to live as a responsible adult, or you're going to continue to screw around like an irresponsible 14-year-old. Now, once again, you do whatever you want. That's up to you. And now, if you go through these programs and take it seriously, which I'm not sure that you will, then you're going to come through this fine. If you don't take it seriously, then you'll probably get booted out of one or more of them, and you'll be back here again. All you have to do, really, it's a pretty simple prospect here. You're either going to do what you're supposed to do as a normal adult, and if you do that, then this stuff will be a breeze. If you don't do it, then you'll be exactly where you were on July 2nd and for the few years before that. You decide what you want to do. Now, if you don't comply with these terms, then the state will file a motion to terminate your community control. And if I find you violated, then there's a lot of time in prison. How many months?
72, Your Honor.
72, 6 years in prison. So you're going to be over here for 120 more days. I don't know what the over-under is for the number of jail infractions is. But you probably ought to stay under that, like at 0. Or else that'll tell me everything I need to know. Anything else?
Nothing further.
Mr. Matthews?
No, Your Honor, thank you. There may be a license suspension on the misdemeanor OVI.
Is that 1 to 7? And what's the fine on that?
I'm looking.
575?
575 sounds familiar?
565, mandatory 565 to 1,075. And a 1 to 3 year license suspension.
One more term of probation, and that's to get a valid driver's license. Would be a $1,000 fine imposed and a 3-year license suspension.
Your Honor, does that start today or at the day of the offense?
Starting July 2nd of '25. Anything else?